Folks, we are live. I have got so much to share today. It's going to take me a while to get through all of this.
I can make $300
hold on.
a year as a job.
The ads came on. Anyway, I have got so much to share today. My whole computer just went black, so I'm hoping the stream is still up. Yeah, anyway, how is everyone doing today? Literally my whole screen went black on me right now. Can't see a single thing. Okay, it just came up. All right, the stream's still up. Great, perfect. Good to see. Okay, anyway, got tons to share. Guys, I also have one of the best pieces of content that I've seen made. And I'm not talking about Pokemon content. I mean all of content on YouTube that I'm going to share with everyone today after more people get in here. So stay tuned for that. And it's from someone from the community. And you guys are all going to love it. And I do want to give this person a shout out and hopefully help grow their channel. They have a very small channel, but make very good content. So we're going to do that later. But who is all in here? Let's give it some time for everyone to find their way in. But we got Trow in here. Hey, oh yeah, all channel members. I do have 2 new emojis if you do want to use them. We do have the Cabal emoji, and we do have the CGC in the trash can emoji for you to use for all of you channel members. So have fun using those. Who else we got going on? Okay. Third comment in, we already have a PK comment. We're not going to get into all that, guys. This is not a drama channel. That's not what people want to hear. That's not what we're going to do here. We're going to keep things positive for the community, helping people out, growing people's knowledge, their collections, their investments, their net worth, whatever you want to call it, but it's not going to turn into that. So let's try to keep that out of it. Look, I've already said it a million times. I'm not afraid to debate him. Again, I don't know what he wants to debate, but happy to go on his channel, happy to go into the lion's den of his whole crew in the chat, wanting to trash me. No problem. But he's tried to crush my channel in the past with his friends. He constantly speaks out against my channel. And now that my channel's growing, that I have a large audience, now he wants to come on my channel to get that exposure, and it's just not going to happen. So I'm not talking about it anymore. So if you leave the comments, I'm not dodging your comment. We're not bringing it up. We're keeping this stream on task. All right. Exactly. Collectibles accounting, spread love. That's what we're doing. We're spreading love. We're not going to repay hate with hate. We're repaying hate with love. And like I said, always open to talk. I'm just not going to do it here. Let's see. What do we have all going on? All kind of craziness. What is up, Nick? What's going on, brother? Brad G, a fellow brother of the cards. I hope you guys liked that little short. It was fun. Pokemon Wonders in here. What's going on, man? Let's see. Sent an unassigned card into CGC. Hope it comes back as a 10. Oh, man. Sending cards to CGC. That's okay. Hey, you got to do you. You guys got to do what you want. Oregon's in here. What is up, man? I'm having a good day. Hope you are as well. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into some of this video. Gosh, should I do it? Should I start out with this? All right, guys. I'm just going to start out with this. Before I show this video, I'm going to let you know. This person, they collect everything. They have vintage cards. They're actually friends with a lot of people in the community. This isn't like a hate piece. It's just simply comedy. Do not read it too far. It's just for fun. But I wanted to show this. I wanted to shout out their channel. So let me go ahead and share my screen before we get into all the facts and data and all the fun stuff, okay? So let me share this. This is Shug Nasty. I want everyone. I left the link in the description. Go sub to this man's channel, leave him a like, and leave him a comment on this video. Show him some love. He made one of the best videos I've seen. This could be on TV. So I'm going to go ahead and play it, and we'll talk about it at the end, all right? It's only a few minutes long. I'm sure everyone here is going to love it. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for this? Here we go.
This is a collect call from Riverside County Correctional Facility.
Hey, it's a Cabal. Death is the only way out. I tried talking with the law enforcement, and I helped them, and look where it's got me. I mean, I'm in jail now. I got death threats from, former colleagues of mine, cabal members, telling me that it's just a matter of time. Yeah, I joined about 5 years ago. It started as just a couple of friends, hanging out. And, back then we didn't have any money, so we'd sell Pokemon cards on the side for extra cash. Nothing huge, just a couple dollars here and there, which allowed us to buy more Pokemon cards. You have to go through an initiation where the high-ranking members teach you. They would mainly have us shilling vintage Pokemon cards, pushing agendas, older, rare, minter, better, pushing paywalls, things like that. The first time I was told that I would have to shill vintage Pokemon cards, I really didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. I told the other cabal members that I can't do it. And one of the main guys, he came up to me and told me, looked me in my eyes and told me, you have to do it, you don't have a choice, you're in already. And so, I knew what that meant, and, I did it. I showed vintage Pokemon. After a couple of years, things started getting really serious, things started getting really dangerous, and I really started to fear for my life and for the life of my family. So I knew I had to make a change. I knew I had to do something. All I could do was run. And, so that's what I did. I started running. For a few months, I finally felt free. I finally felt happy. I started collecting things that I wanted to collect, not things I was told to collect. Buying lots of modern Pokemon cards, lots of sealed modern boxes, really just enjoying the hobby. He told everyone who I was. They told me because I didn't say anything to them that I had to go in the circle. And the circle is you and first 10 other cabal members, and they all, jump you. Pretty much all you can do at that point is just, curl up in a ball and wait for it to be over, which is what I did. After that, I got caught back up in the cabal, and, all the problems started again. You have to report any kind of confrontation with rival gang members. One day I was looking on YouTube and I saw a video of a rival gang member speaking falsely about the cabal. And so, I had to make a comment and, tell him what's up. And then he went ahead and replied to me, and we went back and forth for a while. The next morning I woke up and I had seen that the rival gang member that I had the interaction with was blocked from, E4, blocked from YouTube channels, kicked out of Discords, just completely silenced. That's when I knew that if I don't stop now, it's just going to continue forever. So I went to the police, and, police, they kind of didn't believe me at first. They didn't think that, that I was going to really give them anything. But as I started to talk and give names and give, methods of how we operate, and they really started, to believe what I was saying.
Guys, I'm gonna stop it there. Look, there's only a couple of minutes left. Go to Shug Nasty's channel. Give this man a sub. Like the video. Even comment on there. Let him know what you think. This is some of the funniest things I've seen made in this community. This is honestly like, straight mainstream television level production. I mean, that's a great that's a great piece of content. Look, guys, don't take it too serious. It's just a joke. It was just funny when I saw that. I immediately reached out to him, and he said, "Yeah, no problem, man. You can use it. You can show it on your channel. Don't worry about it." So I just wanted to make sure to shout him out. So his channel links in the description. I just thought that was a great piece of content. Tell me what you guys think about that. Was that not entertaining? That was. Oh man. All right, getting into today's video. All right, the fun stuff's over. I gotta see what people are saying about that video. What are you guys thinking about that? Okay, AK Camps is enough of the Cabal BS. I get it. This explains Jake's disappearance. It ain't that serious. No, it ain't that serious. LOL, this video. God. This is funny. It's funny because it's true. All right, guys, let's jump into the rest of this video. All right, I had to show that. Make sure to give Shug Nasty some love. Not sponsored, by the way. All right, so here we go. Here, let me turn my. I'm gonna get into that in a second. So the whole title of this video, right? We're Pokemon Investing 101: when to sell, when to buy. What things to look for. The things to look for are basically movements in the market. Now, look, I'm not going to get into, getting into like what technical analysis versus fundamental analysis is real deep. But basically, if you don't know what that is, technical analysis of a market is basically you're studying the charts, right? You're studying the trends in the charts to kind of predict where the money's headed. Fundamental analysis, you're not studying the charts so much. You're studying like kind of the fundamentals behind. With the stock, it's behind the company. With the cards, you're studying the fundamentals behind the cards, right? You're studying the supply, the demand, kind of the interest, maybe the art, how you feel those things are going to kind of mesh with the community and how those things are going to propel the price forward. And so I do a little bit of both, right? There's people out there that are just non-believers in technical analysis. I can tell you on the stock market, it's 100% real, especially with all the robot trading nowadays. When chart patterns line up, the robots, they take over and they definitely can make a chart pattern fulfill. Also, it's just human nature, right? It's the FOMO sets in. Humans, see a chart moving, they see a breakout pattern, and people pile in because, they see the chart moving. So, look, I'm not going to get into all that, but I believe, in technical analysis, I think it's real. Some people don't believe in it. But then fundamental analysis, right? What am I talking about there? We're talking about how to identify a play before it moves, right? It's so easy to look at charts and be Captain Hindsight, right? And you should have had hindsight. It's so easy to do that, right? But how do you actually identify plays before they happen? And so I'm going to show you some of the plays I've made in the past year or 2 years. And the only reason I'm showing them, again, not to brag, not to pump the cards, not to do anything. It's just to give me some type of credibility to show you hey, I actually identified these. I actually made the plays myself. And then after that, we'll go into how to know when to make a play, why to make the play, and things like that. So I'm going to share some of these. Some I could have showed before, some I didn't. But let's jump into it. So anyway, first one up, I showed, XY cards. I've only got a couple. I'm not going to make this an XY thing. I know I get blown up for that all the time, so I'm not going to make this about XY. But here's a perfect example, though. So here's a purchase I made back in May. Okay, May of this year, I paid $68.90 for this card, and it was a buy it now. So it wasn't like I caught a low auction. It was a true buy it now. Anyone could have bought this card. People just didn't want to. Now this card, lowest one on eBay, is selling for $150. There's only 6 available on the market, and they are actually selling for, $115, 15. Here's one back in August, went low at auction. However, the market's clearly moving up, and so, people are now paying in the hundreds for this card. So you could say, I'm up, I don't know, 80, 90%. If you look at what the lowest one's selling for, I could list mine right now and undercut this person and be over, well over 100% of my money on this card. That's just one card, right? Let's look at another one. All right, take that one away. You have, come on, see, everything's getting slow. This Flareon card. That's the only other XY card I'm showing, I promise you. All right, so you have this Flareon card. Bought it for $60, right? May 10th. $60, May 10th. Literally, 4 months ago maybe? Was that 5 months now? Earlier this year. Okay, lowest one on the market now. Okay, this is a PSA 8 is $150. Sorry, my bad. I had it going the wrong way. I want to give accurate data. All right, lowest one on the market is $120 plus $5. This is a PSA 8. This is a PSA 9 I bought. So $125 right now. They're selling for that. 115 plus shipping, 122.50, 99 was back in September 4th. So it's clearly moving up. Even if you took the lowest sale down here at 99, I bought it for 60. That's a $40 gain. That's I don't know what 80 was that? Is that 80%? 6 times is that 80% gain? Something or another. Anyway, you can see a very clear movement up. Great investment. Here's one that's going to get on a lot of people's nerves, right? So we're told to fear the population reports in this hobby, right? Once something gets out of population, you can't invest in it. If you can flip it and get quick money, do that, but do not invest. Okay? Remember, when we're investing, we are buying an already graded card or a sealed product. We are doing no work of our own. We are putting said item on a shelf to age, letting your money work for you. We are not having to go through and spend time sourcing cards, pre-grading raw, making submissions, sending the submissions in, taking a risk that those submissions actually get the grade you want, and then selling them onto the market. We're skipping all that. We're just buying, holding, and selling at a future date. That's it. So I wanted to show this. This is a really good example. This promo card from Hidden Fates, the Moltres Zapdos Articuno stained glass bird, right? You can see right here. Here is the population. There are 12,446 tens. Now, I think anyone else in the whole investment community would tell you not to buy this card, not to hold it, not to invest in it. There's way too many out there. I'm pretty sure that'd be agreed upon. I've heard multiple YouTubers say it. I'm pretty sure it's relatively agreed upon. Guess who bought it? I did. Because guess what? I don't care what everyone else has to say. I don't care. And so what happened? What happened with that card? Well, you can see right here. I bought that card for $40 back on May 8th. Right now, you have an auction at $56 plus shipping. You also have the lowest listing at $70. And you have the most recent sold at $65. Folks, that's what? 60% gain, 60 plus percent gain in a few months. Not only that, listen to this part of it. This is even the more hypocritical part of it from all the flipping community out there. I could sell this card right now at 65, eat the fees, eat the shipping, and still come out with like a 30% gain after all that's said and done, right? I mean, if we want to do it all on the calculator right now, I'll do it on screen. Since we're all here, we'll do it together. Okay? I'm gonna show you how hypocritical the flipping community is, because most of the flipping community, a lot of them agree you should not buy slabs. You should not buy slabs. You should not sit on slabs. Slabs are made for nothing but grading your raw cards, getting them in a slab, and then flipping the heavy bags onto the community, right? So here you go, $65. We're going to multiply that by 13% eBay fees. That's $845. Okay, so we have $65 minus $845. All right, minus the $4 it takes to ship a PSA card, $52.55. That's a 30% gain. Over a $12 profit on one card. You're saying, well, that's no money, Alex. I get it. It's one card. It's a $40 investment. If you bought 10 of them for $400, well, now you made $120 in a few months. Now, here's the hypocritical part. The flipping community, they're okay with that. They'll say, hey, if I can make a 30% gain, if I can make $12, $15, $20 per flip, I'm happy. I'll keep grading that card, right? But then when you show this data, they're like, nah, don't invest in slabs. You can't do that. I just invested in a slab with one of the highest, it's the top percentile, highest population in all the hobby, and still made a profit on it, just like others are making flipping. Doing no work. No work. You see what I'm saying? Let me move on. And then just to show that I can still play with the Cabal, right? I can invest in the Cabal stuff. We'll even take a first edition card. All right, bought this Charmeleon last year, July 30th, almost exactly a year and a month ago. $120. What's it going for now? Well, this is a foreign card. The lowest one in the market now is $250 plus shipping. Here's some of the last solds. $250. Here's a $170 plus shipping. Look at this. I love this. CGC 9. $102, right? Like half or less than half what they're going for. $250 or best offer, $199 best offer, $202 at auction. So somewhere in the $250 to $175 range. Let's just say $175, $180. Still 50% up. 50% up in a year buying a slab and sitting on it. No work required. Okay? How did I do this? I saw timing in the market based on some things I'm going to reveal to you in a few minutes, but it's just understanding how markets move, identifying market movements and taking advantage of them. That's what I did with all these cards. And you can too. You can too. I'm going to go ahead and get into show a few more things. Let me X out of this. I'm going to show a few more. Just to give myself a little more credibility before we go any further, to show I'm not just making things up. I always like to, show facts and proof that, I'm not just like, making things up. Let me pull this up. So here is my Sun and Moon. So here, this is a great example. Here is the Sun and Moon case I bought July 2nd of last year. $354 for the case of ETBs, right? Here is the video I made a year ago, this is 1 year ago on my channel, trying to tell people that this is a good play. So I tried to call it out. I tried. This set was released, right? This set was released way back February 3rd, 2017. Okay? This is only a year ago. So being able to identify the play, you don't have to hold it for years and years when you can identify movements. Identify the movement, called it out in a YouTube video for all my subscribers. Here's what it's going for now. 140 at 140 or 150. So take an average. 145 for both. That's about what? $75 per ETB. Okay? Again, bought it for $354. That's $35.40 each per ETB. That's over a 100% gain in just over a year. Just by identifying certain market trends, okay? Last thing I'm going to show, it's going to be the Sword and Shield. I also made a video about this. I ran out of time before I got on. I tried to find the video where I shouted these out, but I shouted these out in another one of those top investment videos I make, okay? Shouted these out. Now, these were released in February 7th, 2020. I didn't have a YouTube channel back then, so I couldn't have shouted them out. I shouted them out like a year ago, about a year ago. I couldn't find the video, though, okay? Here's some of my purchases. Here's all my purchases. Look, here you go. I paid $41.75 for one, 85 for two. Here's some right here, 78 for two. Here's more of my purchases, 85 for two, 75 for two. Anyway, my whole cost basis was 42 in ETB is what it came out to. Okay. I ended up buying 2 cases worth, and I bought them all singly, whether it be like 1 at a time, 2 at a time, 4 or 6 at a time. I got up to 2 cases worth. Now, those same ETBs are selling for what, $175.50 for the 2, $72.99 for one. So somewhere between like around like $75 ish, around like 75, maybe 75 plus, depending on how you sell them. Cost basis of 42. Again, I couldn't find the video to prove it, so you can say I'm lying, but I did make a video calling this out as well as the Sun and Moon to my subscribers. I did make the play myself, right off eBay, right off the open market, no backdoor deals, no private sales, no distribution. All of these things I bought were right off eBay. Anyone can do this. And guess what? They're very real gains. They're 50, 60, 100 plus % gains in a year or a few months. Just by being able to identify market trends. Now, I get it. Timing the market isn't as good as time in the market. However, there are different styles of plays. Yes, long-term investing is great, but if you are active, if you are constantly watching the markets, you can identify movement before it happens. I know it's crazy. It's like, predicting the future. It's crystal ball type stuff. But if you're good at what you're doing, more times than not, the plays will work out as long as the market trends you see continue to go that way. So now I'm going to get into kind of trying to help identify what market trends I'm talking about. Let me close all these windows, then my computer will stop going so slow. I had like 100 windows open. All right. Let me see this real quick. So there's the Cabal video. Okay. Let me go ahead and X out of that. I hope you guys did sub to Shug Nazi. That was great. All right. Oh, that was more of that. Let me get out of that. Okay. Getting into trying to identify these trends. So let's start right now with the start here. Before I get into this, let me see what's going on in the chat. Let me see what's going on. All you wild kids, boys and girls in the chat. Let's see what's up. All right. We're doing presentations now? Absolutely. What do we got going on? Nomics, thoughts on PC Squirtle from 151 UPC. Could be a good play. Nick says, rule of thumb for me, it's don't get greedy. If you're up 2x, 3x, 7x, why wouldn't you sell? Absolutely. Bro, hype up Charlotte Collecticon in 3 days away. Who cares about boring data? Absolutely. Charlotte Collecticon is, all right, let me stop sharing this. Charlotte Collecticon is only a few days away. I'm going to be there. Me and my wife are taking the road trip. We're going to be there Friday night sometime, staying all day Saturday, all day Sunday, not leaving until Monday morning, staying at the recommended hotel real close to the convention. Love to meet all of you. Anyone that's going to be there, love to shake your hand, get a picture, talk Pokemon. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So yes, anyone's going to be Charlotte Collecticon, make sure to hit me up. Make sure to look for me. I will be there. It's going to be a great time. What else do we have in here? Just watching the downfall of the Cabal. It is sad. It is sad to watch happen. They had such a grip over the hobby for so long. It is always sad when a reign ends. But hey, even the Roman Empire fell. Even the Egyptian Empire fell. All empires come to an end eventually. I heard we're exposing Dan. Is that correct? Nah, man. We're not getting on Dan. Dan's a good guy. Ponga, that's the only reason I woke up today? What's up, old card shop, man? It's good to see you here. Thanks for being here, my man. Ready for my eBay business to flourish, just bidding my time until Dan gets canceled. Oh, jeez. I can just picture Dan watching this after the fact, seeing all these comments. Okay. All right, guys. All right. Ready? Let's keep going into this. So, one thing was happening. One of the cards being pumped right now is the Starmie V. Again, don't know why. Obviously, it's a beautiful card. Could be some things going on behind the scenes with a lot of big pockets trying to pump it. I don't know, but I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So, this is what a card looks like when it's been pumped, all right? This is very normal, market fluctuation, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, parabolic move, okay? Now, there are ways to get ahead of this, okay? Like I talked about, fundamental analysis. Let me get that comment off the screen. All right. Fundamental analysis and technical analysis. Technical analysis, watching the charts, watching the movement, the trends. Fundamental analysis, looking at the fundamentals. In this case, it's not like a stock. The fundamentals is looking at the market. The supply, the demand, the interest for the card, the significance to the hobby, the community, things like that. So, if you were looking at the fundamentals of this, right, and you saw direct movement up, right, months over end, it continued to move up, right? What's the other thing you look for? Because you can't tell when something like this is going to happen. Or can you? You look for this. You look for how many cards are disappearing from the market, contrary to how many cards are being added to the market. Now, normal ebbs and flows are, you see when you see things bought out, right, and price movement start to trend up, maybe 10, 20%, like we saw up here, right? You saw a trend from lows of, somewhere in the, 33, 32, and then it started to trend up in the high 30s, so 10, 15% moves. Usually you see more cards hitting the market or more sealed product hitting the market to make up for that because people want to realize their gains. Here's the thing. I'll show you what a normal card looks like. Let's see. Here's a Pikachu VMAX. A normal, very awesome looking card, very high demand card, usually has about this many available. 7 full pages worth on TCG Player, right? With each seller having 1, 2, even 3 available, sometimes more than 3 available. However, when you start seeing supply get lower and lower and the pages get less and less sellers, less coming onto the market, that's when you know something's either getting pumped, something is primed to move, and that's what happened with Starmie V. It's down to 1.5 pages. This is all the cards that are on the market for Starmie V on TCG Player in near mint. I mean, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on that page, and then you have, how many on this page? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, like 20 cards. There's 20 near mint copies on the whole TCG Player of a modern card, where we know 9 billion cards. These cards are printed crazily. This isn't an alt art, right? This is just a regular trainer gallery. We know there's more out there, right? But that's what can happen. These are the manipulations I talk about happening. This is what happens when a buyout happens, okay? And when you see these kind of trends happening and you see the pages get less and less and less available, that's when you know it's time to move in. That's when you know you can capitalize on market movement, right? You could have got in before this and seen a price jump from 38 to 56. And you could have capitalized on that. The PSA jump was even more. The PSA was almost 100% jump, right? You could have bought out. I literally showed in another video, you could have bought out this card in a PSA 10. It was going for about $100. And then it jumped to 190, 200 in about a 3-month period, the same time it got pumped. And you didn't have to grade it. You could have invested in it. You could have made a 100%, $100 gain from $100 investment in a few months just by holding the card, playing into market movement. Let me show you another thing. This lady card. This is in Hidden Fates. Hidden Fates Shiny Vault. Look at this. Same thing. Went from 16 up to 32. Okay? Same type of thing. Now, what usually happens? I'm going to show you. Marnie went through the same thing a little while ago. You know, normal movement up, absolute crazy pump. I was watching this card. This card was also down to 2 pages at one time. Look now, back up to 6 full pages. The market's, flush with new product. Everyone's taking advantage of the growth. Some of the people who pumped it, probably are taking their profits. But other people who just held the card and said, oh, wow, I didn't realize it was up. They're taking profits. So it's normal movement. But look, this is usually what happens. There usually is a fall, but the market usually does catch itself at a higher rate than where it was. So I wouldn't expect it to fall down to the mid 40s, but it'll probably catch itself somewhere in the 50s, maybe 60s, I would guess. And so that's what's the good part about the pumps is afterwards, the new low is usually a higher low, right? And then, usually stay stagnant, maybe regular growth, and then until another pump period where you'll see a higher high. And this is what we see time and time again. We've seen it with the Sonya for Rebel Clash, same exact thing, parabolic move up, and then it did fall, but look, it caught itself at a higher low. All right, Skyla from Shining Fates, same thing. Absolute crazy pump. It caught itself at a higher low. Okay, and we see it time and time again. All right, now talking about identifying these things before they happen. Well, Team Up's in the middle of it, right? Team Up is in the middle of it, just like Starmie, just like Lady. If I was holding this card and I saw this, or I was holding Lady and I saw this, guys, technical analysis. We've seen this happen again and again. The Marnie spiked, it dropped. The Sonya, it spiked, it dropped. The Skyla, it spiked, it dropped. I could find 10, 15 other examples if you wanted me to of this same trend. If you see the same trend happen again and again, and you're holding this card thinking, hey, it's going to go forever, it can definitely go higher, but sooner than later, it's going to fall, right? It's going to reprice itself. More and more supply is going to hit the market. And it is gonna decrease in value for a period of time. So yeah, it could be a good time to sell one of these cards. Same thing with Team Up. Here's the booster box. It's straight up. Now I get it. Sealed product is different than cards. Cards always have more supply. Sealed always has less. So sealed actually can see spikes and actually see those spikes hold prices forever, longer. It can see, but when you see things go over 100% up in the course of a year, it can be time to take gains, right? You can see price corrections after this. So I'm just showing you the data. You can make your own decisions. Same thing with this Latios card. Look at this. It's the same parabolic move we've seen. It's starting to, look at that. It's starting to kind of level out. If I'm a betting man, I'm thinking we're going to see a chart a lot like the Marnie, a lot like the Sonya, a lot like the Skyla. So for anyone who may have held through and seen huge gains on this card, I'm just saying, I'm not telling you what to do. The charts have shown us, though, it might be a time to sell things like that. Now you're saying, well, Alex, how were you able to identify those cards you saw, right? How are you able to identify like the Sun and Moon ETBs, Sword and Shield ETBs? Well, I'll tell you. The Sun and Moon ETBs, even though I'm not a huge ETB guy, when I saw those, okay, I was watching them. And each month I watched them, there were less and less available on the market on eBay and TCG Player. I also noticed the Sun and Moon the booster box had risen all the way to $200+, but the ETBs had not moved. They were still going for retail. The third thing I noticed was the booster packs, okay, they were already priced with the booster box value. You could buy 8 packs for almost the same price as an ETB. It didn't make sense. You could literally buy 8 packs loose, right? Where loose packs, they could be tampered with. They've already been shuffled around. They could have been weighed, whatever it may be. If you can buy 8 booster packs the same price as an ETB, something's off there, right? Something's mispriced. And so when I saw that, that's why I moved into those ETBs. I thought, the market was missing it, and it was right? From everything I saw. The same thing goes for the Sword and Shield. The Sword and Shield booster box was over $200 a box. The booster packs were moving up. The set cards were moving up, but the ETBs were stagnant, right? And look, it's normal for ETBs to be stagnant, right? If the booster, you can look at a Chilling Reign set. The Chilling Reign booster box is doing great, but the booster packs singly, just the back, not the sleeve packs, not 3-pack blisters, just the regular loose packs, they're still going for $3 something, $3 something, right? So 8 of those doesn't equal the cost of an ETB. So that's still, that makes sense. Now, if those booster packs were going for $5 a piece, they were $40 for 8, and the ETBs were less than that, that would tell you, hey, something's out of whack here. I can get a sealed product with sleeves, with all the extras, with 8 tampered, uncirculated packs for less. That would show you it's undervalued. Those are the things you want to look out for. Now, for the cards. Well, Alex, how'd you know to buy those XY cards? How'd you know to buy that first edition base card? It's pretty simple. Like I said, when you see supply of a card running out and you see demand picking up, right? When you see sales start to pick up more and more, either daily or weekly on a card, and you see less and less sellers having those cards available at those lower prices, it's a educated guess. It's you're taking basically an educated risk where there's always risk involved. Doesn't mean it's always going to go up, but when you see things like that, hey, these cards are maybe they're low in population, maybe they're hard to grade, the supply is low, the market isn't seeing it, they're being bought out at a higher rate than they're being listed. You can get ahead of the market. And what happens is when the market starts to move, FOMO kicks in, right? The auctions start going higher, people start buying out the buy it now listings even though they're $5, $10 higher, and it moves the market up, right? And because there's not a lot of supply of first edition base or of, XY or, some of those Sun and Moon cards, it can work. Now, on the other end, the Sun and Moon stained glass birds. Well, Alex, there's tons of that. Why did that work? Simple demand. Like I talk about, demand can outdo supply, right? There's 12,000 plus PSA 10s. There's more graded every single day. How the heck could you buy one and have it raise in value in only a few months? Demand. I saw the demand, right? I saw the ETB prices of Hidden Fate staying steady. I saw the promo card actual raw price rising. I said, wait, the raw card is going for $20? The PSA grading fee is $15 and the card in a 10 goes for $40? Doesn't make sense. So what's wrong? Either the single's overpriced, the ETB's overpriced, the PSA 10's underpriced. I went with, hey, educated guess, the PSA 10's underpriced. And here's the thing. All those purchases I made and sold. I could have showed you a purchase of a Skyla, a breakpoint Skyla. I bought for $50. Buy it now, right off the open market. I ended up selling it a couple months ago for $100, 100% gain. Why are the flippers? And I'm not trying to make this us against them. I know I always do that. I'm not trying to do that. Why are flippers so against people investing in PSA cards? Why do they always say they're heavy bags, they're trash, don't buy slabs, I only sell slabs? I've literally made 50, 100% gains buying a slab, letting it sit on a shelf, doing no work, kicking my feet back, relaxing, and gaining as much or more value than some people are making flipping. I literally have had cards that I've made 50, 100% on in 2 months, where you would have to source a card, right? Make your submission, send the submission in, hope and pray and gamble that you got a good grader and they graded it correctly and it came back the grade you want, and then list it on the market in the same time frame that it took to buy the card or buy the sealed item and sell it because you took advantage of an inefficient market. Look, guys, I'm not trying to say anything against flipping. I do the same thing. However, don't get pulled into this one-track mind. Don't let people tell you that, all slabs are bags. Those are heavy bags. You can't buy slabs. You can't invest in those. Well, you can't invest in CGC ones. We've seen that. We've seen that CGC doesn't hold value. However, we've seen time and time again, PSA cards hold value. They can grow over time. They can be good investments. Now, I still think sealed, as I always have, sealed modern, at or under retail is a better investment, right? I would still feel much safer moving into those Sun and Moon ETBs when they were only $3 something a case, when the booster box was already $200 and something. I feel much safer doing that, right? I felt much safer buying Chilling Reign at $80. I feel much safer buying sealed product now at $80 or $90 a box. right? There's less risk there, and sealed product is 100% proven in booster boxes, goes up every single time. However, there are plays in slabs. Don't let people make you feel bad for buying slabs, right? For purchasing a slab, putting it in your collection, or even investing in it. Also, half of those slabs I showed were 9s. The whole condition rarity crowd, the people who say, you can't invest in 9s, do not invest in 9, I would only invest in 10s. Half of those were 9s. 9s saw as much or sometimes better growth than the 10s did. So this just goes to show, broaden your horizons. Get outside the box that so many channels put this hobby in. Everyone wants to put this hobby in a box. Like they want to put me in the modern sealed box, which yeah, I came out very pro modern sealed. Still am. Always will be. It's a proven play. But it's not like a box, right? You can invest in slabs, the right ones at the right times, right? Not CGC. You can invest in, you can flip cards. I'm not against that. You can make money doing that. But like, I'm not against people doing that. Why are flippers against people buying and holding slabs? Why are people against people holding sealed product or modern sealed? Why is there so much divide in this community when so many plays are proven to work? I've proven plays over all across the hobby to work. I've graded cards, made money there. I've bought PSA slabs, made money there. Bought modern sealed, made money there. It all works. You just have to be educated on when to move into these things. And so, getting back to the subject of the video, when to sell, when to buy. Well, when to sell, right? We've seen that. If you're looking for a good place to sell, it's after these gigantic moves, right? It's after you see parabolic moves out of nowhere. Now, I'm not talking about brand new sets, okay? Brand new sets in the past 1 month, 3 months, even 6 months, they can go wild. They can do all kind of wacky things. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about things that have aged. This set is like a year and a half old, 2 years, whatever, 2 years old. This is out of whack for a 2-year-old set, right? What is Team Up? Team Up is like 5 years old. This is out of whack for a 5-year-old set. When you see massive moves, that's usually, I'm not saying always, this is not like a guarantee, but it's usually a good time to take some money off the table and take some profits, okay? Because what we've seen time and time again is these types of things happen, right? Is these types of things happen, is these types of corrections. So that's kind of how you know when to sell, is after major parabolic moves. When to buy, I talked about that. When you see supply start to disappear from the market at a faster rate than supply is being added to the market, right? When you see cards or items starting to disappear and being sold left and right, day after day, week after week, and the pages and amount available is decreasing very, very rapidly, you can see that happening. Now, I'm not saying the cabal is buying them out. I'm not saying there's manipulation going on, although there probably is. And look, guys, all the cabal BS out of it. There's manipulation that goes on. Now, whether it's a certain group of people or just one or two with high net worth, I don't care. We can say whoever it is. To say there's not manipulation going on in any type of market where there's large financial positions involved is mind-blowing to me. There is 100% manipulation that goes on. 100%. It's undeniable. Now, from who and when and where it happens, I'm not going to get into all that. However, when you see these things happening, that's when you want to take advantage of those plays. Take advantage of manipulation. You can see those things happening before your eyes, before the parabolic move happens, before the general public catches on after the move's already happening and they all pile in into FOMO. You can get ahead of it by watching those trends. So that is kind of a baseline of when to buy and when to sell in this hobby. Okay, so let's get into some comments. Let's get into some chat, some comments. Hey, if anyone's just tuning in, make sure you go back to the beginning of this live. Make sure you watch Shug Nasty's video on the Cabal. It's literally just for fun. The production value is out of this world. Make sure to give him a sub and give him a comment and like on that video. He put in a lot of work. It is a great video. It's just entertaining for the community as a whole. All right, guys, I'm gonna try to attempt to go back and start getting into these comments the best I can. So just give me a few minutes. I'm gonna do the best I can and try to catch up. If I don't take your comment, I'm not trying to dodge you. So I'm not trying to do anything like that. I'm just trying to get back to where we can all talk live. So let me see what everyone's been saying in here. What do you guys think about that presentation? Did you guys like all that? Like, what do you guys think? Do you think agree, disagree? Alex, you got lucky, or this is repeatable? What do you guys think about all that? Let's see what is going on in this wild and crazy chat. Mason says play ball with the Cabal. Mason, Mason, be honest with us. Did the cabal come in like the mob and take your store under duress? Like, do you have to pay the cabal for protection each month, like a part of your profits? Be honest with us, Mason. We gotta know. We gotta know. Someone tell him to stop talking about Pokemon. I'm getting bored. Do you want me to play the cabal video again? I can do that, old card shop. Oh, man. I've been eating ramen for 469 days. When do I get my chicken tendies? The free tendies are not around right now, unless you know where to look. Unless you know where to look. Pong, I only make money because of Alex. I truly appreciate that, man. That's what I'm here for. I want to see everyone's net worth in this hobby grow. The paywall discords are mad you're giving this info away for free. Absolutely. I actually agree with that. They probably are. Again, guys, I'm trying to scroll through fast here to catch up. I'm back at like 12:27. So I'm like 20 minutes behind in chat. So if I skip your comment, I do apologize. I'm just going to try and take a few here. FQ says, Pokemon has way too much set after just 1 month. Way too much set after 1 month. Not worth much investment. Maybe 4 to 6 months, a new set be ideal. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's not always the best idea. So there's a difference. I'm actually gonna expand on this. There's a difference between getting in at the right at a good price point and getting in at the right time, right? If you're not worried about the time, if you have enough capital and you don't need to like churn and burn and you're just looking for the best entry point, you know, getting in at $85 a box right now on Scarlet and Violet, could it go lower? Maybe, but that's a very good entry point. Now, it may not be the best time. There may be a better timing where you can take advantage of a faster movement. However, it could be one of the best entry points. So make sure to always kind of separate those two on like what your capital restrictions are, on what your time frames are, what you're trying to get out of this. If you're looking for like quick movement, yeah, it's probably not the best time to buy Scarlet and Violet sets. If you're looking for the best entry points, look, getting down in the 80s on these boxes, we're looking at these could be some of the best entry points on those boxes. They could be. You might have to wait a long time, right? However, you know, some people might be better off saying, hey, I'll just wait till things start moving, and I'm happy to get in at like 95, 100 a box if I know they're on the uptrend and I know they're going to move faster, so I don't have to have, you know, capital sit in something that's not going to move for a year or something. And that's fine. That's fine, right? Everyone's ideals are different, but yeah, there is a difference between, you know, getting in at the right time or getting in at the right price point. What else we got going on here? This crazy bunch of people. And then tell everyone Sword and Shield alt arts are going to boom after this year. LOL. Just speculation. Everyone, alt arts are going to boom after this year. Just speculation. No, hey, I'll say it. I'm making the alt art play. I own a lot of alt arts right now. I have many alt arts being graded right now. I think alt arts are going to go down in history as one of the best cards. They're already objectively one of the rarest cards in the hobby, and I don't mean rare as many copies. I mean the hardest card to pull. I mean when you can't pull a card out of 500 packs, that's like is that more rare than a gold star? As rare than a gold? I don't know. Definitely more rare than like a shining back in Neo. Way more rare than any vintage mid-era hollows. More rare than a level X or a prime or any of those things. It's one of the most. They are one of the most rare cards. The most. I guess rare is the wrong term, right? Because the rare would be the most. They are one of the hardest to pull cards in the entire hobby. Like alt arts are. It's just the way it is, right? So that being said, you just have to ask yourself: is there going to be enough demand? Sword and Shield era was one of the most hyped and popular eras in all of Pokemon. So it's probably one of the biggest eras that people are going to come back to collect. So those two things aside, educated guess, yeah, I expect alt arts to do well in the future. Not telling you what to do with your money, but yeah, I think they can do very well. Especially seeing how well so many of them have held, right? So many of them have held their value so well, even after the big booms and bust. And they've continued to trend up, right? Even after the reprints, right? A lot of those alt arts and those Lost Origin Silver Tempest sets have held up relatively well to the reprints. So yeah, I don't see those cards doing poorly in the future. You can tell Alex hit a nerve with Walrus, gave up on his live chat. Yeah, man, it's sad. It's sad. I talked with Walrus. I hope he does participate in the chat. I hope he does come back. I do enjoy his trolling. I don't know. I don't know what's me and Walrus, we went at each other pretty hard. But we're friends. We're all cool. I don't know. I don't know where he's at. I stubbed my toe this morning when grabbed breakfast. Clearly Dan's fault. Absolutely. I agree with that. Yeah. Dan's fault for sure. All right, Nick, some real... Personally, I think getting on a cheap trainer gallery because it's a low entry point and there are some really nice alt arts. Yeah, look, I agree. There are some amazing opportunities with trainer galleries right now. I've been picking up multiple trainer gallery cards. I think a lot of them are going under the radar and they will see growth. Let's see. Can you pump Hidden Fates so I can stop living in my car? Hidden Fates to the moon. Hey, I made a video about Hidden Fates, right? I think Hidden Fates is going to be in the 200s in the next 6 months to a year. That's what I think. The ETBs. That's what I believe. Oh, some trolling going back. I always get like hat comments and like balding comments. Here, I got hair. I got tons of hair. There you go. I'm not balding. I wear a hat because I don't like to do my hair unless I have to go to work. So when I have to go to work, I do my hair. When I'm at home, I throw a hat on for the camera because I don't want to, do my hair. I have hair though. Stop calling me. I'm not balding. I like Brad G calling Ray out on being a tyrant. Ray is a true tyrant of the hobby. Does anyone have any questions, constructive criticism for me, rebuttals to anything I've shown in this video? Anything more than trolling each other? Someone tell me when he starts talking about Pokedrama again. I have volume down, but the chat be popping. What do you guys want to talk about, right? I get told not to talk about Pokedrama. I get told to talk about it. There's nothing to talk about. Like here, I will talk about it right now. Here, I'll give the Pokedrama people what they want. This is the whole story. Nothing but the story. Not leaving anything out. I made a video about market manipulation. Yes, I used the term cabal, but I didn't use any names. Look, we can speculate on who does it, who doesn't. There's no doubt there is manipulation in the market on certain items, on certain cards. It just is what it is, okay? And then I made a video calling out CGC for being a terrible grading service. Both of those views I still hold. I'm not playing some character. I'm not trying to make any drama. I think there's manipulation that goes on in the hobby, and I think that CGC is a terrible grading company. I don't think their cards hold value well. I wouldn't invest in their cards the way I do some PSA slabs. That's all there was. And then a certain PokeTuber decided to call me out on their channel for, making boogeymen up because I'm calling out market manipulators. Okay. And then, I made a fun little short of me punching my bag because I train mixed martial arts. And just adding some comedy, right, about the cabal. Just some comedy. And then this same PokeTuber decided to make a 25-minute live, calling me out, calling me chicken, chicken-ish, and saying that I won't debate him. Here's the thing. I don't have anything to debate him on. I don't know what he wants to debate. Here's the other thing. I'm not scared. I'll come on his channel in the midst of the lion's den of his chat who all hate me. And I mean hate me. You can go look at... Here, I'll call him out. It's PK. You can go look at PK's comment section. Look at all the hate that I get in there. You can see my comment section. He actively called his subscribers out to come to my channel and leave comments like stop dodging PK, stop being chicken-ish, all this stuff, right? When meanwhile, I haven't called him out at all by name. I haven't made one video about him. I haven't made any drama except making, manipulation videos, calling out, quote-unquote, the cabal, making CGC negative videos, making fun little shorts. It's all I've done. That's it. And now it's this big, long, crazy story. And the reason everyone wants to know, well, Alex, why won't you have him on? To answer that question, I'll tell you why. It's very simple. Now he's going to deny this, but PK, Jake from Pokenomics, other creators, pretty much as them two of the creators, but other people they had on the lives with them. They were very critical of my channel when I was brand new and they were already established in the hobby. They had a lot of friends in the hobby. All the people in the lives and the chats were their friends. I was basically fighting an uphill battle the whole way. Okay? Not being a victim, just telling you how it was. They actively made videos trying to dumb down my arguments, very critical of me comparing Pokemon to the stock market or the S&P, made my arguments seem like surface level, like, oh, he's just a modern sealed investing guy. He doesn't understand the hobby deeply, about all the grading and vintage and trophy cards and all this BS. And PK's response to that is, well, I had you on my channel. Jake Pokenomics had you on his channel multiple times. You're one of his most recurring guests. Great. I never claimed I wasn't. But every time he brought me on was one, spur of the moment. It was never planned out. It was, hey man, I'm having a live in 10 minutes. He'd Instagram me, you want to come on? Or I'd be in his chat, hey Alex, why don't you just jump on? It was always spur of the moment, right? With a bunch of other people where every time I went on his channel, there was 3 other people. There was 4 of us. So it was never me versus him. I could never get like a one-on-one conversation with him on his channel. And so, everything got convoluted. Obviously, because Jake admittedly has banned 25 people. So it's somewhat of an echo chamber. So his whole chat, most of them were all against me, right? They were all, agreeing with all of Jake's and his friends' points, which that's fine. Not a victim. I was ready for that. But it was all, the conversations were all built on like knocking me down a peg. Like it was never about like helping my channel grow or showing support, which PK acts like it's support because they brought me on. Like I've seen PK and Jake bring on other guests. It's a friendly conversation. They support each other. No. It was never like that with me. It was always this hardcore debate trying to disprove my points, trying to discredit my channel and the data that I showed. So that's why I have bad blood with those two. And so now all this time later, right? Now that my channel didn't die, I did grow. Look, I don't have like all these long-term relationships, these deep-seated relationships with like other people doing the hobby. I've been to one Collecticon. I've never met really anyone in person. A lot of these people in this hobby have deep-seated friendships, right? So they all protect each other. I don't have that. So I didn't have a lot of support in these Discord groups or these channels or these chats. I didn't have, so I had to grow from basically organically. And that's what I did. And I just kept at it. And now that I've made it through the mud, kinda, and my YouTube channel is finally seeing a little bit of growth, right? Now all of a sudden, PK wants to come on my channel. Well, that's where I have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with debating him. I'm not afraid of him. Afraid of him. That's crazy. I'll come on his channel in the midst of his chat and his audience and debate him. But I'm not going to bring him on my channel, right? And help him out. And anyone that hasn't already found him or audience he doesn't have, see him and then find his channel and help his growth and get him more relevant. Why would I do that? Right? Why would I give him support when he's done nothing but not support me in the whole YouTube career? And now all of a sudden I've seen some growth. I'm seeing larger subscriber growth. I'm seeing larger views than he gets. Now he wants to come on, right? Now he wants to be on my channel. It doesn't work like that. And like I said, I have video clips of him like calling me out or saying negative things about me or saying like I was in it for the money. I made a video a while ago. I'll link it after this video. He literally calling me out for being in the hobby just to make a paywall. Like, oh, Alex is just here. I guarantee he'll have his words. And he made an apology video about it. It was all sped up. You couldn't hear what he was saying, but he quote unquote made it. But his words, he said Alex is only in the hobby he's going to have a paywall within a year. And that's what his channel's gearing up towards. I still haven't made a paywall. I haven't made a Patreon yet. And so all that being considered, that's where the bad blood comes from. That's why I'm not having the guy on. It's nothing else. There's nothing else going on here, right? That and the fact that I don't know what he wants to debate. It's pretty clear my views and his views or, his friends' views on the hobby or on me. We already know all that. What are we debating? Like, what are we trying to change people's minds on this point? Again, if you want to debate, come on your channel, but I'm not bringing you on. That's all there is to it. We're ending it there. I'm not, that's the drama. Old Card Shop, that's it. Like, that is literally the whole story. I'm an open book. That's it. All right, guys. Now that all that's over with. Nostalgic Overlord, they're saying that for collectors, you're right, you can buy graded cards and they can increase in value, but grading your own PSA 10s provides more safety with an overall market lower investment. That's not true. So that's not true because you are gambling with those cards getting the correct grade. So basically, if you send the card in and it comes back a 9, now you've lost all your margins. Sometimes you even lose money on 9s, right? And so no, it's not true. It's not safer. Right? It's safer having, now again, I'm not the biggest fan of everything SM Pratt says, but one thing he says I like, sometimes it's better to have the bird in the hand, right? It's better to just buy the PSA 10 than try to, source raw, try to gamble with PSA or whoever you're grading with to get the grade you want. It's not always safer. I don't agree with that point. Real talk, I wish everyone just boarded sealed so I could clear up with grading, clean up with grading, right? If they wanted to squash the beef, they would do it behind closed doors. The drama is much better for content. Dude, no. Oh, Car Shop, I'm not going to let you say that, man. I am not. Dude, you can look at my channel. Anytime I've made like controversial drama-filled videos, they get less views. All of my most viewed videos are not those videos. So trust me, I'm not trying to create any drama for views. I can promise you that. I can show you the analytics on my back-end analytics. I can prove that. If you want to talk to me afterwards, I'll open my back-end YouTube channel and I'll show you. Those videos always perform poorly. They get less interaction, less views, less everything. I get less, growth from it. So no, I don't want the drama. I don't want it. I make content that I feel is necessary. If I don't see anyone else in the whole Pokemon community talking about something and I see it happening or I see it out there, such as CGC getting pumped and sponsorships happening all around the Pokemon community and these big YouTubers pumping this grading service that isn't ideal, it isn't good for people, right? Because, the people grading may make a little money because they're going to flip it onto an unsuspecting audience, and then that collector is going to get screwed because the value is going to go down, down, and down when PSA values actually hold stronger. Why wouldn't I call that out? When we all know, everyone here knows manipulation happens, why wouldn't I make a video calling out manipulation? Now, obviously, I get it. I get the whole cabal thing, I maybe made too much of that, but hey, it was fun. It was comedy. But the overall underlying fact of manipulation, of course it happens. Of course I believe in that. I'm not doing that for drama. I'm calling it out. I'm showing it so people know what to look for so they don't get wrapped up and hurt in it. I mean, my intentions get so skewed in this hobby. It's crazy. Like I'm just like, I'm always going to be seen as like the bad boy, I guess. It's like, oh, Alex is just doing this for that. Or, people are always telling me why I'm doing something. All I've ever done is try to make content to help the community that I don't see anyone else talking about. That's it. I always see a bunch of channels all saying the same thing, all agreeing on something, and then I look into it and I say, well, the facts and data, nothing adds up to what they're saying. They're just speaking from their own opinions. I can't let that happen, so I make a video about it, disproving it, and then I get all kind of backlash like I'm hurting, like I'm, going after people. No, I'm not. I'm just going after the facts and data that they're trying to give. That's it. That's all I've ever done. That's all. Nothing more. Okay. Okay. Sir Jeppy. Did you hear Pokemon Deals on Twitter is saying that Paradox Rift is having massive allocations? I did not. I haven't paid attention. Guys, I don't get like all wrapped up in every new release. I don't understand this whole herd mentality of like all trying to rush to the new set. Retro is not in the chat, but me and Retrospecs had a conversation about this that I'm not on that hype train stuff. Like I'm not on the whole race to the bottom. Let's all buy up the new set. Let's all grade the new cards. Let's try to flip them as fast as possible. Why? There's enough plays out there on all these older sets, the earlier Scarlet Violet sets, the Sword and Shield, the Sun and Moon, the XY, anywhere. Guess what? I bought a freaking vintage card. The play was there. I was up in my local card shop, right? Base set Charizard. They had this in the case for $100. It looks super clean to me. I'm like, well, this looks like a 7 on a good day, an 8. Bad day, maybe a 6. I'm like, well, for $100, it's stupid not to. Like, I'll take whatever play. Right? Why do I have to go try to play the race to the bottom game with the new product or try to, try to pre-order product? There's no reason to anymore. You don't need to have distribution. You don't need to pre-order. Let the sets come out. Let the prices tank. Get in now, right? Buy Scarlet Violet base when it's 80 something a box. Everyone's worried about buying Obsidian Flames. I said, guys, wait on it. It's going to drop. Look, it's already in the 90s. It's probably going to go at 90 a box. Everyone's free. People were pre-ordering the 151 UPCs thinking it's going to be a celebration scenario. I said, I made a video. I said, guys, chill. It's probably going to go down to like 90, 95 a UPC. And then people are saying, well, the promo card. Okay, fine. If you want to buy one and get the promo card, go for it. But don't be loading up on UPCs at retail or $100 and something. Why would you do that? Look, I could be wrong, but I foresee all these items being very affordable. The market is back to, probably XY, even a little worse than XY was at this point, because it's overly negative because of, a lot of the sentiment around YouTube and the hobby. But there's much better entry points than right when something releases. So I'm not even looking at Paradox Rift, right? I got my PC ETBs of Paradox Rift. That's it. I bought those. I said I'm gonna wait on everything else. Like same, I still don't own Obsidian Flames booster boxes. Why would I? Why? I can still. I have time for those, right? So look, guys, just don't get too wrapped up in the newest and the flashiest. Look, have an open mind. Look for other plays. That's all I got to say about that. By the way, there's 140 people in here, 139. Guys, thanks so much for being here. I know it's like noon on a weekday. Look, the job I have, right? I do have to work weird times. A lot of times I'm running appointments at night, and so I can't always do live streams at night. I want to start doing more live streams at night, having guests on again, so I am going to start working on that. But I appreciate you showing up for the live in the middle of the day, being here, supporting. So thanks so much for being here, guys. I really, guys, I do want to say that real quick. I really do appreciate from the bottom of my heart every one of you supported me since day one and every bit along the way. Like I said, I have some friends in the hobby now. When I started out, I had 0 friends in the hobby, right? I collected in the dark. I invested in the dark, never been to Collecticons, never been to regionals, worlds, anything like that, never built relationships with anyone. So when I came in YouTube, I didn't have these long-seated friendships that a lot of these content creators had, right? I didn't have these long-form bonds that they all stuck together and protected each other and promoted each other's channels, promoted each other to everyone else. I don't have that. I started out from scratch by myself with no help. And so for all of you who found that who stuck with me, who've shown support, continue to show support, I can't really have words come out with how much I appreciate you. So my job, I'm going to keep making the best possible content for you guys. To make your collection the best it can be, to, find the best investments out there, the best prices, to grow our net worth in this hobby, to be able to enjoy the hobby, to, still make things entertainment, right? Have some fun and funny stuff added in, whether it be in a video or a short. Yeah, I'm going to have some fun. That's me. It's who I am as a person. I'm going to let that shine through. I'm going to be all serious and I'll only talk about numbers. Yeah, I love numbers. Don't lie, but we're gonna have some fun here too. So I just want to give a quick shout out to all of you, subscribe, whatever we're at, 6,200 and some, subscribers now. Really appreciate it. Thanks for working with me. And don't worry, I'm not gonna let the drama stuff get to me. I'm not gonna let it take over this channel. I am gonna keep this on Pokemon, on investing, and making quality content you actually can enjoy. That's all I got to say about that. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Yeah, Sword and Shield equal coded money. I get that. A lot of people say that. However, a lot of the moves we're seeing are way after that, right? I mean, we're seeing moves in 2023. I just talked about it in my last video. Astral Radiance saw a move from the 120s to the 140s in a week. I mean, we're seeing all these cards spike, right? All those cards I just showed, right? Other than the Sonya, the Marnie, the team-ups. We're seeing stuff boom every day. It's like, guys, don't get bogged down by the negativity. Don't get all the negative videos you see on YouTube, right? Or of this crashing or that crashing. Scarlet Violet era sucks. Pokemon Destiny is going down. The market is moving so much. We're having so much movement in the market all across the board. Even in Vintage, even First Edition base sets moving, right? That's why Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield. Go to some mid-era sets, right? Stuff's moving. People are investing. Large amounts of money are moving in. Product is disappearing from the market. So yeah, there was crazy growth with the whole COVID thing. People made out like bandits. However, nowhere near over. Tons of growth still, tons of opportunity. You're not too late. That's the main thing. You are not too late, not by a long shot. What's it say? Scooped up. We still alive? Still, guys? Not allowing me to show comments. Interesting. Okay, there it goes. All right, TT. And then, are you ever going to debate PK whether it's your channel or your channel or yours? Your channel or his? Yeah, his for sure. For sure, his. Anyone else's channel. I'll do it anywhere else. I refuse. Look, I'll be honest. I don't really like the guy. I think he's two-faced, right? I think he used his platform, which was so much larger than mine at the time, to try to make my arguments or my points less valid. His friend Hobby, which he said who his friends are, Pokemon Jake, he used his platform multiple times to try to bash me, my channel, and my views. Ignore me at first, and then act like I didn't exist, whatever. And now all of a sudden, Alex, Nostalgianomics channel is starting to grow, right? Starting to surpass his at this point. Like the subscriber growth, the view growth is all growing faster than his. Now he wants to come on. Now he wants to get a piece of, he wants more exposure, right? And look, that's the kind of person he is. Look, rarely do you see him, he's got Rattle come on. He has Cool Trainer Ryan come on. He's got the CEO of PSA come on. He gets these big giant influencers come on who have big followings to help his channel grow, right? And now since like he's not having live streams with Cool Trainer Ryan and Rattle, now that, can't get another interview with PSA CEO, I'm sure, like now he wants to come on channels like mine to help grow. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to let it happen. But I'm fine with debating him anywhere else, but not on my channel. Not going to happen. Alex is like Clark Kent without a hat. You'd never recognize him? That's awesome. My hat's part of me now, right? That's my whole online persona is my hat. AK Cam, I want you to talk about future good plays, etc. That's what I like. Yeah, for sure. More of that will be coming. No problem. Y'all, some real ones. I'm driving. You're gonna drive to Charlotte? Well, coast to coast. What does that even take? Like 40 hours? That'd be amazing if you made that trip, man. Hey, if you want to make it halfway to Missouri, you can hitch a ride with us from there. That's where we'll be driving from. Am I the only one that thinks PK and Alex really are just Spider-Man mirror meme? Okay. Guys, can we get off the PK thing? I don't even want to trash the guy. I don't even want to talk bad about the guy. I just don't even want to talk about him, period. I just want to do my thing. He can do his. And if he truly has a good channel, then he'll be able to prove that with quality content. And he'll be able to grow, in views and subscribers with quality content, right? Mr. Beast said it best, right? Like Mr. Beast even says, videos get viewed, channels grow because of just make good content. So look, PK, just make good content. You don't need me. You don't need to cause drama with me. You don't need beef with me. Go make good content. If it's truly good, guess what? You'll grow. You don't need me. You don't need me. PK is a small timer. He buddies up to Dan and gleans off Dan's success. I mean, not just Dan. He gleans off everyone's success, in my opinion, but whatever. It is what it is. CGC is literally pumped by tons of PokeTubers. Some of them even grade your breaks and offer special insignias. It's not even just the people he's talking about. Yeah, exactly. Like Danny Phantom, like just to call him out. Nothing bad about Danny. Not speaking bad about Danny. Don't put words in my mouth. But CGC gave him a sponsorship, right? And I don't know what he gets paid or what, but he's like doing a break and CGC's going to grade all the cards for free and they're going to like special insignia it or something like, and then I know multiple people in the hobby who all get sweetheart deals from CGC, much better than what PSA will give them. They even told me, hey, if PSA gave us the same grading deals, we definitely go with them. But because CGC gives us such sweetheart deals, we go with them because it's so freaking cheap. And yeah, other influencers get paid sponsorship money. That's why they're pushing the CGC. If all that money disappeared and all those sweetheart deals disappeared, they'd come back, they'd be like, yeah, in reality, PSA is better, right? It sells more, it's more liquid, it sells for more, it holds value better over time. All the numbers support it. All the numbers support it. That's all I'm going to say about that. Will Mike Tyson train you for the fight? That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. How many booster boxes will you sell to afford him? Oh, man. Mike can train me for free, man. Thoughts on SV doing poorly early? Does this seem normal and we've seen similar things during the other eras, or are we moving past normal? Yeah, I talked about that in a video. I think it's a little past normal. I'll be honest, right? I've always said I'll be honest. It's a little past normal. Like it's a little more negative than when XY was out, right? Because XY, a lot of the sets at least held value. Like Roaring Skies and Primal Clash, they went to the moon, right? They all were going up, and then the reprint crashed them down. But like Breakthrough, Breakpoint, they held pretty steady. They didn't like crash. We didn't see major like crashes, right? Whereas right now, we're seeing directly out of the gate crash. Whereas with XY, they usually sold good out of the gate, but then like slowly dripped off and went stagnant for a long period of time before they moved like a year or 2 years from then. And so, yeah, it's definitely a little less movement than we normally see. However, if sets like Steam Siege are $300 and something a box, and Crimson Invasion are over $200 a box, and Forbidden Light is $300 and something a box, and Rebel Clash is $200 a box. If the worst, go back to Black and White. If the worst sets out there in every era have all appreciated to $200, $300, $400 a box, and you think Scarlet Violet Base and Paldea and Obsidian can't, then you're out of your mind. Scarlet Violet Base is a stronger set. Even though it's not that strong, it's still stronger than Rebel Clash, than Crimson Invasion, than Steam Siege. All those sets moved over time. So yeah, I'm not worried about it at all. It's just taking a little time. Market's cool right now. It's not a big deal. Once the supply runs out, it'll move, just like all steel product does. What Alex is forgetting is I got knocked down a peg too. Knocked down a peg? What does that mean? What do you mean, Ray? What are you talking about? I don't even know what he's talking about. I just seen his video about you. He sounds like he's crying to his audience. Yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna try and trash the guy. It's just I don't know what he's doing. I don't even know what he's crying at me for. For a debate, obviously, but about what? Like, call me out on certain things I've said or topics. Like, what are we even debating? I don't even know at this point. What are we debating? Like, I'm better than you? Like, I don't get it, man. I'm happy to go on his channel for that debate, but don't know what we're debating. See ya, games. I will start my YouTube career and support you all the way from Germany. I love your work, Alex. Oh, awesome, man. Thanks for tuning in from Germany. That's awesome. Overseas support. I love it. Yeah, man. Hey, start a YouTube channel. I'll be happy to support you. I'll subscribe and watch your videos. He's calling you out for having a paywall. 100%. He'll be the one pumping mystery packs when he gets some followers. I don't have a paywall. Are you talking about my memberships? It's not a paywall. There's no information hidden behind it. It's just if anyone wants to show me support, it's like $1.99 or $4.99. And like when I start doing box breaks again, which are coming up, so it's actually worth it for you. For the $4.99 one, you get 10% off the packs of the box breaks. It's not a paywall. I mean, at least I guess you could consider it a paywall, but there's nothing behind it, right? There's no hidden information. There's no hidden, things you get. I mean, you get some emojis. So what? I never made a paywall. My Discord's free. Anyone's invited. It's not invite only. There's a permanent invite in my description. Come to the Discord. There's almost 500 of us in there. It's fun. What are you talking about? I like to thank my Cabal Overlords. Gary Haas and Logan Paul for re-sparking my childhood love. Called out Gary and Logan. Is that what that Taylor Swift song Bad Blood is about? Oh, this is getting out of hand. Man, listening to Alex while I buy underpriced slabs on eBay. Oh, you gotta love it, man. Get those gains. Get those gains, grow that net worth. Nizo said, next week they'll announce they're merging channels and start a duo podcast. Don't be fooled! That would truly be the master plan. If I was truly this evil genius that PK and everyone thinks I am, that would be the play. That would truly be the play. That's some WWE stuff right there. I like that. I like that. CGC is being pumped, 100% agree. Yeah, guys, look, even Rattle came out with the video about how bad CGC is, like how terrible their standards are, how they cut cards. Like, guys, don't... Look, we'll do what you want, but if I'm putting my money in something, I'm investing into PSA cards. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, Nizo even said it. I'm pretty sure like 80% of CGC product in Pokemon is obviously being pumped by tubers. Absolutely! The numbers and data show it. It's 100% safer when you're grading 20 copies of a card that a 90% chance at a 10. LOL, it's simple math. If you're only talking about vintage, sure, buying it already graded makes sense. Yeah, but see, Nostalgic Overlord, now you're getting into work. Now you're getting into a second job. Investing is letting your money grow over time by not working, kicking your feet up and just watching those dollar signs rise, right? Grading all kind of copies and doing all kind of buying and selling and then flipping again and again and again. That's a lot of work. Whereas when the investment appreciates, you have to do one thing. You have to sell it. That's it. Like, you buy it one time, you sell it one time. You don't even have to pay attention much to the market. You can just check it every quarter if you want. Like, there's a lot less work involved in trying to grade 20 copies of a card just to keep one for your collection or investment. It's a whole different thing. No one here is arguing that you can't make more money flipping. I'm just arguing it's just way more work and time commitment. So why do you think CGC sucks? I've been bidding on a ton of their pristine 10 gold labels, and I'm losing every auction outlaw, getting outbid on everything. They seem very popular. Dan, actually, who's a fan of CGC, Catch 'em All Collectibles, shared a video showing the actual numbers. They were eBay's sale numbers. CGC gets outsold by like 8 to 9 to 1 usually by PSA. Like, it's like 900% more PSA cards get sold. It's just simple math. Like, I'm like trying to like tell you to believe my opinion. PSA cards are more liquid, grade to grade. So like a PSA 10 to a CGC 10, a 9 to a 9, 8 to an 8, grade to grade. PSA cards go for more. And as the cards age, I made a video showing all kind of vintage cards. I showed a fossil first edition Gengar. I sold a jungle something, jungle. You can go back and look. PSA cards in the same grade hold higher value than CGC across the board. It's just numbers. It's not my opinion. That's where this is getting out of whack. Like, it's not my opinion, man. I'm not saying they don't sell, but like, just last night I shared on the Discord. Probstein Auctions had like 10 or so auctions going. They were grouping lots of 4 CGC slabs, 8s, 9s, 10s, whatever, together to sell. And they were all going for like $40, $50, $60, $70 because they were basically not worth it to sell by the single slab because they just weren't worth anything. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, I'm sorry if it's hitting a chord with people who like CGC. It's just the fact of the matter. Are you still going live with Retro? Nah, man, Retro canceled it. So what happened was Walrus, he had to pull out because of work. And then Retro was like, oh, well, we need another guest. And I said, well, I'm happy to find another guest for us. And then Retro just said, nah, we're just going to cancel the whole thing. I was still down to do it. I think Dan was still down to do it. Retro just didn't want to after that. So Walrus dropping out kind of just, everything fell apart. I'd still love to do it. Hopefully we can still do that. I don't know why, Retro didn't still want to do it. Maybe he just wanted to have Walrus involved, which I do too. Walrus is a character. It's always fun with him around. So yeah, if we can come back a different day with all 4 of us, that's great. I'm happy about that. Let's do it. Do you follow 90% of these people that do pack breaks? A ton of them will send your cards to CGC for you. No, I don't. I don't follow a lot of those channels. Sorry, I can't comment on that. PK has said several times that his favorite part of the hobby is the race to the bottom. That sounds awful. That sounds god awful. That sounds like you're just in a constant rat wheel chasing this piece of cheese on a string forever. That's just like, no. And then you get to like bite the cheese every once in a while. Like, that sounds like no fun. You're just constantly working. Who wants to constantly work? They don't do that out of the kindness of their heart. Okay. Alex, my man, Vintage Zards. I did the exact same play 2 days ago. Awesome. Oh, Alex talking down vintage cards, but secretly buying up all vintage cards, waiting on... No. Guys, look, every other card in here is a modern card, I promise you. Every other card is modern. All right. Revealed some of my plays. You saw some of the plays. The sauce is out. But no, that's literally the only vintage card. I just happened to be at my local card shop. It was in their display case. I was able to hold it in my hand and actually look it over. And I was like, this is undervalued for $100. Like, I mean, I'll take the play if it's presented to me, right? Like, hey, I'll buy vintage cards if the price is just stupid. I mean, if someone wants to offer me a base set booster box for $5,000, I mean, I'll take it, right? I mean, I'm not against it. I just think a lot of the vintage stuff is still overpriced for what it is. Of course it does. There's so many doing it, and a lot of them come back with insights from specific breaks. If you don't think they're paying people, it's whatever, but it's just good business. Exactly. Yeah, they're paying people off. CGC is for sure. Alex, I will be your friend. I appreciate that, Ray. I don't have many friends in the hobby these days. I am being blacklisted. I am being kind of pushed into the outskirts by the cabal, if you will. Yeah, not a lot of people want to be a part of Nostalgianomics these days. I get it. It is what it is. That's why Dan and Walrus aren't here. They're installing an internet blocker on Nostalgianomics' house. It's got to that level. They're really trying to keep me down. They don't want the message to get out. Cabal cyber attack. Cabal doing cabal things. Shaking my head. Shaking my head indeed. Yeah, guys, I don't know what happened. Plugged in. I'm hardwired in to our internet. This is not Wi-Fi. No idea what happened. It could have had something to do with me having like 100 tabs up earlier and then closing out of them. That could have messed with it, but I think we're good now. I think we're good. Okay. PokemonGifts.com. But you allegedly bashed PK, said he tried to do bad things. But one of you should hurry up and fold so we can have the debate. And then backing down on his claims of debating anyone anywhere. Yeah, I guess you could say that. I guess you could say I'm not holding true to my word that I would have anyone on to debate. Yeah, you can say that. I'll take the L there. But the reason is, it's very simple. I don't want him to have any more relevance or get any more exposure. That's all there is to it. I mean, you could say, well, his YouTube subscribers are higher than yours. Yeah, but he's not growing very much at all. He's growing very slowly. His views continue to decrease. His best video lately was the video where he talked about me. He talked about me, so it got him views. Or he has Rattle Orion on. Or he has PSA CEO on. Those are the only videos to get views. His other videos just go down, down, and down. Struggles to get live viewers. Struggles to get views afterwards. Like, why would I bring him on and help the further of his channel? Right? I'll just let his channel die off on his own. I'm not going to worry about that. So yeah, I guess I'm not holding up to my end of the bargain of having anyone on. But hey, I don't mind having other people on, just not people that have openly talked out against me, openly been negative on my channel, my views in the past, didn't want to talk to me when I was small, and now that I'm larger, now everything's all good. Let me come on your channel. Nah, doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. Charlotte vlog, absolutely. I am making sure to make a vlog this time. I'm definitely going to be filming a lot of different things at Charlotte. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be awesome. All right. Jake banning Nostalgianomics was cringe. And then refusing to have PK on, but to each his own. I mean, I guess you could say it's cringe. Yeah, I mean, he's not banned though. I mean, here. Let me show it right now because look, people. If you go through some of my videos, right, I let the most ignorant things be said to me. I will let people trash me to no end, right? I do not care. I don't. You can say whatever you want to me. The same thing goes in my Discord. You can say whatever you want. It doesn't bother me, right? So I never delete comments. I have no reason to. Okay, look. In the past, PK said I was lying, that I was banned. What? Maybe for somehow I wasn't, but every time I would type in the chat or type in his comments, it wouldn't show up. So maybe his moderators were timing me out or banning me for certain lives. Maybe his moderators were deleting the comments. Maybe it wasn't PK. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. All I know is I was in his chats, I was typing, I'd push enter, it would show up on my screen, and then I would refresh and it'd be gone. That's all I'm saying. So maybe I wasn't banned, but my comments were always deleted. Maybe I was timed out. I don't know. Seemed like a ban to me. Here you go. This is my back end. No one is banned from my channel. I have no blocked words. I have no hidden users, no approved users, no moderators. I have nothing. I'm an open book. Everything goes on my channel. I have no rules on my channel. If YouTube has, if someone says something, sometimes YouTube will step in. That's out of my control. I don't care. You can say whatever you want to me. You can say whatever you want on my channel. I believe in free speech. So anything a PK saying, like I'm not letting him speak or I'm deleting his comments, it's completely false. Type right now. Type right now if you want to, PK. I don't care, dude. You can say whatever you want about me. He's got his subscribers. I mean, I shared in Discord. He's got his subscribers now coming to my videos, leaving like, you're dodging PK. Alex is chickenish. Like all this stuff. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, you're not going to bait me into these conversations, man. Not going to happen. Oregon says, great info on the recent vid of the 3-pack blisters as an alternative to booster boxes. What's your take on sleeve blister packs? I like sleeve blister packs as well. Sleeve blisters, they still outperform just regular opened, like, loose booster packs. They still do well, especially when you sell them as like a full 4 art set. They do very well on the open market. And so, yeah, it's definitely another way to play it. Absolutely. Haha, I love Danny. Yeah, dude, no hate to Danny. I saw him having that CGC thing, the thing where he's getting free grading and it's putting a special label on him, whatever. So I just wanted to call that out of one of the things happening in the community. But hey, maybe Danny legitimately likes CGC. You know, it's a sponsorship, whatever. Maybe he doesn't look as deep into the data as I do and know and see that CGC actually doesn't hold value and is less liquid. And maybe he doesn't know that stuff. So more power to him. Danny's a great guy. It's kind of crazy that Rattle and Coltrane and Ryan's channels blew up and now mysteriously they're not doing lives together. Right? How funny. Danny is on the CGC team because he plays the actual card game. That could be it too. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not saying one bad thing about Danny, Fansump. You're not going to get me to. I'm not going to do it. Could be something else, but I'm curious what happened. Very cringe of Jake to do that, but I guess he was done with Alex. Shouldn't have silenced him, though, unless he was being abusive or spamming, who I don't think Alex did. Nope. You guys know me. I never use, I've never been vulgar in the chats. I've never spammed. I've always just, I've never attacked people in their character, as a person. I've always kept it on subject, on the arguments. I always just were attacking their arguments and the things they were talking about. That's all I've ever done. All I've ever done. And Jake got sick of it. And he banned me along with 20 or 25 others. And when you think about it, it doesn't seem like a lot of people, right? It's not a lot of people. However, in this live right now, we have 143 people. In Jake's live, he usually had similar amounts of people, sometimes less, sometimes more. Think about it. If you have 150 people in a chat and 25 are banned, okay, that is almost 20%. That's close to 20% of the entire chat has been banned. That's how you create an echo chamber. That means everyone left in the chat is all agreeing with the creator because the creator has already banned everyone that disagreed with him, including me. That's why I had a problem with Jake. I don't agree with silencing people. Alex admits the existence of the Pokemon Cabal, yet he denies he was Jim Carrey's double in Dumb and Dumber. Oh, jeez. Dude, this is some walrus level trolling right now. You gotta love it, man. Everyone just watch after the 6th set of SV, things are going to explode. I hope so, man. I hope so. WASI or WotC? WotC. Wizards of the Coast. That's what it stands for. My opinion on SV is doing so bad is because of Pokemon Disconnect and Silver Borders. I think it's Silver Borders. I think, it's product fatigue. They're just releasing so many products, so many sets so fast these days, trying to capitalize on the market. I think it's the surgence of all the different languages, the Chinese market, Japanese going crazy. I think it's One Piece's success. I think it was Magic the Gathering's Lord of the Rings thing going on. I think it's people waiting for 151. I think it's Lorcana now out. I think there's a lot of different factors. There's a lot going on right now. A lot going on. People don't have unlimited money. A lot of money still pouring into collectibles, but it's not unlimited. It's not unlimited. I just sit on the fence and enjoy the popcorn. Well, I appreciate you sitting on the fence here watching, man. Thanks for being here. When are you bringing Steve the man again for a monthly update? Keep doing these awesome lives. Greetings from Portugal. Hey, what's up, Fausto? Who do you mean? Do you mean Steve or do you mean Steven, the guy I brought in to talk about a lot of the stocks and things like that? Or do you mean Steve, the guy I've had on a couple of times? Which one? Because I'd like to have them both on again. I'd like to have both those guys on. I like both of them. Great guests to have. A lot of insight, a lot of knowledge. Grading is so much more scalable. You can source, grade, and list 50 cards in 5 to 6 hours compared to spending a few hours figuring out what card to invest in, searching for a deal, etc. Look, I don't know about that. I disagree with that. I think constantly sourcing, buying, and selling takes a lot more work than grade. I mean, I spent one day, maybe 5, 6, 7 hours, whatever it may be, researching the XY market, realized what was happening, bought out a whole bunch of cards in the course of a day to a week because some were at auction that I waited for, just threw them on a watch list and had to bid. And it took very little work. And then I had them just sit, they're in these stacks somewhere, right? Or somewhere else. I had them in my closet, just sitting. I've been doing no work. And now I've made, 50, 100, 100 plus percent doing zero. And then all I got to do is make a listing and sell it, where I don't have to, make all these different listings, sell all these different cards in and out, in and out. It's more profitable, but it's more work. Guys, look, no one's arguing. I've never argued you can't make more flipping. However, people got families. People got kids. People like to play golf. People like to go watch concerts. People like to go to, sporting events. People like to watch football. People like to watch football, soccer. People like to go enjoy their lives outside of this space. They have lives, right? They don't want to spend, every waking hour after they get off their normal jobs trying to fight with the Pokemon market. The truth. That's why investing makes a lot more sense for a lot of people, because it takes so little time investment. So look, guys, Lee, other guy, I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, I've been over this so many times. Yes, flipping is a higher profit margin, but yes, it's a much more, time intensive process. So that's the disconnect there. That's the difference. Here we go. Pokemon Wonder still here. Alex, FYI, I offered to PK and you to come on my channel too, and I would moderate in an agreed structured way for a one-on-one debate in hopes to clear the air. Yeah, he's not going to do that, man. I've had multiple people tell me they offered that, and he's just not going to do it. He wants to come on my channel. He wants to be on my channel. The reason he wants to be on my channel is because that's where the people are watching. Oh, man. Yeah, he respectfully declined. I don't decline. I'll be there. Be happy to show up. Here, Pokemon Wonder. I've even told people this. We can do it on someone else's channel, and then they can just leave. They can just log out of the call, and it's just me and him. There's no one else. But just do it on someone else's channel or somewhere else. I'm down for that too. Not looking for anyone to gang up. No one. One-on-one, somewhere else. Not here. Oh, man. What are we got? Be on here a little bit longer. Maybe another 15, 20 minutes or so. What do you guys got? Do you guys have any questions about any of this? Overlord. Are you saying, why do flippers say this stuff? Because we're flippers. It is our jobs. True. I'm a flipper too. I flip stuff. You see I'm grading stuff. I get it. I know all about it. I'm just saying it's not all black and white, right? It's not all black and white. I've made just as much. Here, put it this way. You could have bought a PSA 10 Starmie V, the Misty on the raft, right? For $100 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago or so, in a PSA 10 for $100. You can now sell it for about $190. 90% gain. Sometimes you might not even have your graded order back yet. You can make the gains in investing just as quick and just as much as grading sometimes. It just depends on where you're looking and being in the right place at the right time, understanding markets, understand market trends, market movements. That's what I've always said. You have to understand markets in this hobby now. Right? The days of being just I'm just casual collector boy. I just like Pokemon. Those days are gone. Yeah, you went through a big boom. A lot of the, old, big time collectors, they got rich. But guess what? We're in new markets now, right? We're in very optimized markets. You got to be smart to operate in the new market. And if you are smart, you can take advantage of some very real gains. And guess what? You don't always have to grade. Just saying. You can. Grading's great too. Nothing against grading. Nothing, not one thing against grading. There's always just a bunch of different ways to enjoy the hobby. We don't need to make it this versus this versus this. It doesn't have to be modern sealed versus grading versus PSA slab investing. It doesn't have to be that. Only good thing about CGC was blue labels because of uniformity with comics. Yeah, never collected a comic in my life. And this is the thing, I've never read a comic, never collected a comic. I don't know a single friend that I have around me that I grew up with has ever cared about a comic. People try to compare comics to playing cards. It's crazy to me because most of our generation doesn't care about comics. Most. Some do, but most don't. The majority don't. It's a boomer type hobby. Interesting, he declined an invite. A bit suspicious. Absolutely it is. Guys, you don't see what's happening? I'll spell it out for you. It's very simple. My channel is... I might even have an email. I'd love to see if I could find an email. I feel I'm not going to say that because I don't know for sure. I don't want to lie. I feel like I invited him on when I was smaller though, and he didn't, but I don't know for sure. But anyway, guys, he just wants to come on the channel. Now that the channel has grown, now that the viewers are getting more, now he wants to come and get that exposure. The same way he wanted Rattle and Ryan to come on his channel to get more exposure. The same way he wanted PSA CEO to come on his channel to get more exposure. It's all about PK. It's all about the growth. That's all he wants. It's literally so easy to see, and people are being manipulated by it, thinking I'm like dodging him. It's so great. It's so great. Ugh. Alex, one last question about CGC. All right, AK Cam, what's up? I know you dislike CGC, yes, but do you at least like the pristine 10 gold label? Do I like it? No, I don't like it. Like that's the question, so I answered it. I'm not going to talk about if you can, like the thing that like some people do, right? It's almost like having a piggy bank full of change and saying, yeah, there's all silver in there. It's all, quarters, nickels, and dimes. And then that one guy, like, digs his hand in there and searches for, like, 5 minutes straight. And they're like, hey, haha, found a penny. I told you. You were lying. There's not just silver. That's what people are doing right now with these CGC things. They're trying to find these, like, this one listing where a CGC Pristine 10 outsold the PSA 10 or something. It's like, okay, I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure some auctions went awry. I'm sure there's that one, hardcore CGC collector that wanted that Pristine. Okay. You got me. On average, the numbers show PSA is superior in every way. On average. That's all I'm going to say. You're sure you can find some one-offs. Not interested in one-offs. Andrew Dicker, 143 people on the middle of a Tuesday. Good work. Keep the great content. Really appreciate hearing your opinion. I appreciate you being here, Andrew. I talked about it before, man. I appreciate the support of all of you. Truly, like from the bottom of my heart. Like, thanks so much for everything, guys. And speaking of that, I've actually partnered up with someone. We got some crazy giveaways. Some of the biggest giveaways on YouTube coming up. Some of the biggest giveaways on YouTube are coming up on this channel on some future videos. So stay tuned for that. Someone's gonna win. Someone's gonna win some free stuff, and they're some high dollar free stuff. So can't wait to announce that. Because just want to give back. Like I want people to. I want to give back to people for all the support they've shown me. And it's awesome to see. And I've been lucky enough that I have people support me, and people who have either distribution or card shops wanting to be. Oh wow, that was loud. Wanting to be part of the giveaways and help out. So it's been really great to see it happen. So it's gonna be awesome to be able to give back. Pokemon TCG, I've been your friend since you started your channel. Great advice you give, taking it all in. I appreciate that, man. Absolutely. I appreciate the friendship. Dan is an Ethernet cable expert. He definitely had something to do with it. Professor Birch, what's up, man? Besides confronting the Cabal in person, what other goals do you have for Charlotte? I don't have any goals, man. Me and my wife are going, having a great time. Gonna enjoy the road trip. And hopefully enjoy hanging out with some people at the hotel or, going out in places. Hopefully source some good stuff at the convention. Make some great vlog footage for the channel. I may bring some stuff to maybe try to sell or buy or trade, but I'm going in with no goals, man. Just to have a fun time with my wife, with some of the friends I've made in the hobby, and hopefully make some new friends. That's it. That's it. Not everything's about dollars and cents. Rated response to me, Alex. Glad you could admit you were wrong. I'm backing you. I want PK to host. Please, PK, come on, give the fans what they want. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I mean, look, I've been wrong sometimes, right? I mean, I'm not gonna say who, but like 2-3 people in the hobby that I'm friends with. I messaged yesterday and said, hey, things got a little out of hand with some of this, stuff this drama. May have said some things that I regret saying that I'm sorry about. I apologize. I was wrong. Won't happen again. Sorry. I have no problem apologizing or saying when I'm wrong. Guys, if I believe I'm wrong with this situation, I would say it, right? I don't think I'm wrong. Like anyone who's been here since the beginning and saw how I was treated and how my channel was treated, okay? When I started out, when I had less than 1,000 subscribers, when I was just trying to grow, and all these other people in the hobby who had very deep friendships, who had all been on each other's channels multiple times, who had been to Collecticons together, who talked privately. They were all, for lack of a better term, ganging up on me, whatever you want to call it, collectively trying to dumb down my arguments, like disprove what I was saying, talk about the things I was saying were bad for the hobby. After you've been through that, you have a different view than people just coming in now saying, "Hey, Alex, why won't you have PK on?" It's more deep than that. It's deeper rooted than that, right? One Up Investing. If you're in Charlotte, check out TCG Trophies. They got some heat. Poncho, Pikachu, and Gold Stars. Hey, those aren't really my things, but I'll check them out. I always love to see this stuff. Like, not where my money's going to be headed, but love to see them. Love to hold them. I love Pokemon, right? Definitely, I'll check them out for sure. Alex, I would love to see you in a live with Eli. Oh, me and Eli have done a bunch together. Any chance this could happen anytime? Dude, go check Eli's channel. I've been on there 2 or 3 times. I think 3 times he's been on my channel. Eli's just really busy, man. Eli's Patreon has blown up on him. I mean, I used to talk to him more. I tried to, I tried to call, like, I tried to talk to him and say, hey man, can we have a call? Like, phone conversation, like talk about some things. He's just got a lot. I haven't talked to him in a week. He's got a lot going on. Yeah, Eli's just busy, man. That's all it is. But yeah, I'm sure we'll have a live together in the future again. I love Eli. He's great content, great guy. Great dude for the hobby. Doing a lot of big things. We all know about him. Having him on won't give him clout or anything. Have him on. That's not true though, Market Scrap. That's not true at all, right? When like every single one of my lives and my videos, like they're continuing to trend upwards and his aren't. There's obviously more eyes here than there. Not everyone does know. I've already had people say, who's PK? Who's PK? I've had that asked a bunch of times. Why would I give him more exposure? Why would I do that? Why? I will have a brand new channel on of someone I like who has like a 1 subscriber on. I'll have them on my channel. Like I'll support them, right? Like I'll support people that are actually good parts of the hobby that are good, that I believe have something good to offer the hobby on my channel before I'm going to have someone like that. Why would I do that? Why would you do that? Let me ask you, let me turn the question around. Would you do that? The Green Shiz, what's up, brother? Are Unagaba cards in play in raw condition? Why or why not? I haven't bought any to date. What's your thoughts? Man, that is going to be Dan's alley. I will direct you to Catch 'Em All Collectibles channel. He is the Unagaba king. I don't get into all that race to the bottom stuff, man. They're racing to the bottom on those. I don't like that. Like, if there's like $10, $15, $20 profit to be had on a lot of those, why even do it, right? There's way better plays out there. And I hate the cards. Like, I legitimately just hate the cards. They're the most plain, boring cards that I feel are being hyped up artificially, but that's just me. Maybe I'm just out of touch with the hobby. Like when I look at other cards, like I can tell, like, oh, like I understand why they're valuable. Like a bunch of the cards I showed earlier, like they're legitimately awesome looking cards. But then I see those cards, I'm like, they're boring, they're plain, they're just little box cards like old holos, they're not full arts, and we're supposed to care because of the release or the artist that drew them, or I don't get into all that. I don't even like Japanese cards that much. So yeah, no, I'm not the Unagaba guy, Green Shiz, man. I'm sorry, brother. They basically Mean Girls him, make him an outcast based on views that doesn't align with him. Yeah, dude, they do that, and then here's the best part. Here's the greatest part. PK says I'm like a master manipulator, like this what do you call me? Evil genius. Whereas here's their play. I'm going to tell you the Cabal play, and you'll see it play out before your eyes. They try to disprove my arguments, talk down my channel, talk down the SMP versus Pokemon, talk down Modern Seal, talk down whatever, right? I make a response, or they'll talk up Vintage, they'll talk up, whatever they talk up. I'll make a response video, not even using their names, just showing data that disproves what they said. They'll come at me, right? And then I'll speak about it, say, hey guys, they came at me. And then they'll say, Alex is creating boogeymen. Alex is playing the victim. Like, I've never called myself a victim. I'm not creating boogeyman. I'm using names now. But then when if I don't use names, I'm playing the boogeyman. But then when I make a video showing actual clips of what like Pokenomics or PK have actually said word for word in videos, then Alex, you're being hateful. Alex, you shouldn't attack people like that. That's bad for the community. They've put me into this corner where I can't win. That's the truth. You want the truth? That's the truth. They've backed me into a corner where I can't win. If I don't call them by name, I'm creating boogeymen. If I call them by name and show video clips of actual proof, then I'm bad for the hobby. I'm divisive, whatever. Because I'm showing them, I'm just exposing them that they're wrong. They're wrong so many times. And that's bad for the hobby. It makes people miss out on hundreds of dollars. It makes people lose thousands of dollars on those vintage investments that they thought were holds. It's crazy. And what's crazy? People don't see this. People don't see it. They're somehow like a lot of people aren't smart enough to see through that fog, right? I'm not creating boogeymen, right? I'm telling you who the people are. I'm not playing a victim. I'm letting you know what happened. This kind of stuff was pretty much non-existent pre-2020 in the hobby. It's wild things go this for now. Yeah, I know. I hear you. Sleeve Boosters has the worst pull rate out of the product. Only good for sealed collectors. Yeah, I mean, the pull rates thing, like booster boxes have the most guaranteed pull rates. That's why I like booster boxes. But yeah, I mean, as far as like holding sealed to sell to sealed collectors in the future, they can be good investments. So yeah, maybe don't be opening sleeve boosters, I guess, is what Pokemon Gifts is saying there. Oh, Pokemarcourt, what's up, man? Talk with him a lot in the Discord. Lost Origin is a dip now. Might be time for jump in. Yeah, I mean, the reprint pretty much came in the market all around Silver Tempest and Lost Origin. Things are stabilizing. Could be a good time to pick it up. Crown Zenith is going to drop in October. It'll fall. There'll be a time when that stabilizes and it'll be a pickup. Yeah, I mean, these are hard. These are good sets. They have great cards in them. I do see them stabilizing and rising again in the future. Absolutely. Once the supply runs dry. Danny isn't also a huge collector outside of completing binders, so he probably doesn't care about grading too much in general, is my guess. Yeah, it's probably true. Yeah, like I said, I'm not putting any words in Danny's mouth, or I'm not talking bad about Danny. What else? Do you have anything crazy to talk about still? Would you like to see a video about regular collection boxes? Oh, would like to. I think there could be good plays because of many of these boxes are getting sold for crazy low prices. Yeah, I mean, especially the growth we've seen in XY Sun and Moon collection boxes, it could be telling of what's to come. Hey, we got a super chat. Let me go find that real quick. Super chat. Alejandro, yo, gonna have to catch the replay later. Just wanted to say what's up, Alex. And I also said I was gonna shill One Piece, so I think it's a good buy. All right. Shilling One Piece, Alejandro. No problem. Let's One Piece to the moon. All right, here, I'll shill One Piece for a second for you, my man. I was in my local card shop talking to, and guys, this is a big shop. They've been around since the 90s. They're the same shop I bought from back in 99, back in the day. So these guys have seen it all. They carry every sports cards. They carry, Star Wars. They carry pretty much every card, right? They got... I mean, I can name all the games, right? They carried MetaZoo, Flesh and Blood, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic, Dragon Ball Z, Digimon, Lorcana. Like, they got it all. They've seen things come and go. They have told me on multiple occasions, something's different about One Piece. We can legitimately see it becoming the fourth big TCG. Dragon Ball Super's falling off. Digimon has been a flash in the pan. MetaZoo's falling off. One Piece is consistently having more gameplay at their shop than the other three big TCGs. Consistently. They have more people showing up to play One Piece. They have more One Piece singles selling in shop than other singles. So yes, One Piece is continuously being a thing. I have high hopes for it, as they do, so we're gonna see. So yeah, that's my shill of One Piece for the video. Thanks for the super chat, Alejandro. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the support. Let's see. Collection boxes. DK Show said, hey, what's up? What's up, Poke DK Show? Thanks for showing up, man. One up investing. Personally, I like raw over grading because cards look better on a binder. Yeah, and that's cool too. Put them in a top loader, get a top loader binder, just put them in a binder, whatever you want to do. A lot of ways to collect. That's why when people say, well, I put them in CGC slabs to collect, I don't care about the value. Why? Why waste the money at all? I mean, I can always crack them and regrade them. Why? Why would you want to crack them? Waste time, waste money, risk hurting the card? Just put them in a top loader and display it. It's just as good as a CGC slab. It doesn't make sense. If you know the values in PSA, go to PSA. If you don't want to, spend the time and money to get it engraded, just keep it raw. That's my advice. Tips for Alex. Buy this. Lowest price. Japanese booster box Sword and Shield. S9A, S10A, S10B. All are 50-60 USD. Half of Lost Origin, half of Dark Phantasma, half of Astral Radiance, half the size of 2x value. Hey, I am not hating on anyone making Japanese plays. Have all at it. I got enough plays, enough time to invest in the English market. I don't need to make Japanese plays. One, I don't like Japanese. Two, I don't feel like learning the ins and outs of finding sealed product in that market. And three, like I said, I have enough English to deal with. I'm not looking for more to do. So that's me. Nothing against Japanese. Go for it. Keep making the big gains. Keep getting the stonks. Japanese good. Japanese good. English good. That's my advice. To your picking up 10s and people saying it's dumb, looking at the Evolution V and VMAX promos, they were all $100 or less as a 10, and then come July, they were all 200 plus. Exactly. I don't know why this disconnect in the flipper versus investor community happened. I know I was a part of it back in the day with Sealed Modern because I didn't think Sealed Modern got the love it deserved, so I was always pushing for it. But I don't know why in today's day and age that in 2023, like the flipping community tells people don't invest in PSA cards. They're heavy bags. The only thing a slab is good for is putting a card in it to sell it. I don't know why that's the rhetoric. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, you can do well selling slabs. You can also do well investing in PSA cards. I could make an hour-long video doing nothing but showing PSA slabs that have risen in value in the last year. They're investable. They just are. You can't deny it. I think a lot of people gripe about the populations. The populations, guys. I showed the Legendary Bird Stained Glass promo SM210, right? 12,000 plus population. It still rose in value this year. The populations aren't going to stop these cards from rising. Oh, Moonbrion's got 5, 6, 7,000 population. It's over. Nah, not by a long shot, right? Not by a long shot. W. Market Scrapper, we appreciate you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I think NN must have just the Cabal Overlords on his brain is why I keep being called Overlord. What? That's your name, bro. Overload. I'm sorry, dude. Oh, man. Oh, God. I am sorry. Overload. That is great. I apologize. I do apologize, Nostalgic Overload. I did. I got that wrong probably every live you've been in, man. I am sorry. Thanks for being here. I'm sorry about that, bro. Oh, that's great. Oh. I bought a Lugia Alt Art from Silver Tempest in PSA 10 5 minutes ago. Got it for $280. Goodbye. I think that's a goodbye. I think the market's what, 300 still? I'm not sure. It could have dropped after the reprint. I'm not 100% sure. Pokey Dan, what's up, bro? I just want to thank you again. That PK video was legit, pure entertainment. Guy vented on a public forum in a spectator way. All because of you. It was epic. Potentially his most entertaining video. Yeah. I know it was one of his most viewed lives in the recent times. He had 120 something people in there all watching. Maybe he should talk about me more often. That could be his new plan for his channel. Might help him. More power to him. Oh, gosh. Absolutely, Alex. There are people out there gatekeeping. There always has been. It's not a secret. Again, people will say I'm a conspiracy theorist for saying that. So, whatever. Guys, if I could go back and just show you every single E4 conversation, modern investing it was so frowned upon to the fact that people would delete your comments, delete your threads. I mean, you'd have like the majority of the whole site all coming down on you. And what's funny is when you looked at what they had, it was all vintage. It was all vintage. It's funny how people always usually pump what they have, right? I don't know. Seems weird to me. Seems weird. All right, guys, we're getting to the end of this. It's like 2 hours. Let me get any last minute comments, questions I see in here. And I will wrap it up for the day and let everyone get on with their days. I appreciate you staying here with me this afternoon, though. Thanks so much for the support. What else? I appreciate all you being here the whole time, too. I mean, Ponga still going strong in the chat. See you, Games. We got Brad G in here. We got Ray with the shining cards and collectibles telling me to cancel Ponga. Ponga's telling me to cancel himself. So, all right. PC gaming YouTubers also gatekeeping, telling you your 3 to 5 year old CPU outdated when it isn't regarding to Starfield. Starfield? I don't know what we're talking about there, Real Tech Geek. That might be over my pay grade. Have you seen the Alakazam EX secret from Fates Collide going down recently? Yeah, so kind of what I told you about when I showed all those the Marnie, the Sonya, the Skyla, anything that has a meteoric rise, which that Alakazam, I was buying those for like, gosh, $60, $70 in a PSA 9. And it shot up to like $200, like I think sales were going to. So it's just retracing. I think the 10s shot up even higher. They're just retracing to normalize returns. So it's normal. After a parabolic move, like I said, there is always a fall off, but they usually do all stabilize at a higher low than they were before the next move. So it's all normal. It's normal market movement. Don't freak out. It just got ran up so much so fast. It's just finding its new level, its new plateau. That's it. Regarding pop reports, while I think demand matters more than pops around 500, but if it's maybe 100 and only kind of popular, don't you think that they could rise simply because collectors won't sell? It all just depends, man. Demand, right? Like, I don't agree with the rising tide raises all ships advice that's given out there. I don't think it's going to be that way this time. I don't think if, Gold Stars rise or Shinings from Neo rise or first edition base rises that all mid-era or all vintage hollows are going to rise with it. I don't think it's going to be that way. Like, I think, if it's a less popular species of Pokemon, if it's just like a not an attractive card, if it's from a set not many know about, that not many really care about, it could have a really low population but still not move when Moonbryon could have 6,000-7,000 population and move more. So, like, there's always nuance to it. I hate saying that. There's just no black and white answer. Like, yeah, low pop reports can be good if there's actual, like, love for the card and demand there. There's got to be some form of demand because something just being rare, it's not enough. It's not enough. Levi says, "Hey Alex, hope you're doing well. Just wondering, do you feel XY booster boxes are better by at this point than Sun and Moon being older and in most cases cheaper?" Yeah, some. Yeah, I've actually been looking at a lot of those too. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because like you look at a lot of the middle XY ones, right? Like they're still in the mid hundreds, right? You see like Breakthrough and Breakpoint and Fates Collide and Primal Clash and Roaring Skies. And a lot of those, they're still in like the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 700. I don't even think they're 800. They're in that middle 100 range when all the Sun and Moon boxes are, in the same range. Now you could argue, well, the Sun and Moon are stronger sets, but you could also argue a lot of those Sun and Moon sets were way more printed. There's way more of those boxes out there than the mid XY sets. Remember, XY print run didn't really ramp up until Evolutions and then Sun and Moon and onwards from there. A lot of those early middle XY sets weren't as heavily printed because the hobby wasn't as big before Pokemon Go Evolution started. So, yeah, there's an argument to be made that a lot of those XY Evolutions boxes could be good buys. I agree. What modern cards do you think will become blue chips in the long run? Are they rare enough? Yeah, alt arts. I think a lot of them can become blue chips. Absolutely, especially the popular Pokemon, right? I mean, especially the Lugia, the Blaziken, the Umbreon, the Espeon, the Rayquaza, the Tyranitar, the I'm missing some, but like just going down the line, yeah. I mean, they got the rarity aspect, right? They're so hard to pull. They got the popularity with the Pokemon. They're in the one of the most popular eras ever. Yeah, I truly think they can be blue chips. Especially my Silver Dialga, I think that's a blue chip of a modern investment. Shug! Bro, what's up? Hey, this is Shug Nasty, everyone. So, Shug Nasty, so he's the video I had playing at the beginning of the stream. Make sure to check out his channel, link in the description, show him some love, give him a sub, give him a comment, and a like on that video. That is one of the best pieces of content I've seen produced in this hobby. I mean, that's TV. That's like primetime TV level entertainment there. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you got here late, go to the beginning of this video. I played most of the whole video for you. It's great. It's so well done. Just popped in. Thanks for the shout out. Go back and rewatch after. Absolutely, man. No problem at all. I was thinking about Japanese gold stars in particular, or legend cards. I agree, the tide's not rising all ships. Yeah, I mean, gold star is great. Japanese market, not the guy to ask. I don't keep up with the Japanese market. It's not my thing. So yeah, if there's, if you see the same there, then go for it. I just can't comment on Japanese, man. I'm ignorant to it. I don't know. I'm just interested to see what happens on Black Friday. I mean, price is already really low. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Have some cash on hand. Have some money ready for Black Friday. That's my opinion. Thoughts on Pokemon content? What do you think performs best outside of investment talk? Box openings, upcoming set talks, etc. Yeah, probably high-end box openings. Probably, the hype of the new sets. People always like to talk about. I usually see those two things doing the best. Those two things are usually it. Yeah. And then negativity. Negativity sells. You talk about stuff, going down. You talk about the Pokemon market failing. Negativity sells. So also negativity at the top of that list. Make negative stuff. People love it. Just like the news, right? You turn on, channel 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever news channel you got. They're going to be negative, and then one positive story, but back to negativity because that's what sells. That's what people make. That's what people like to make, I guess. That's what people like to watch. I don't know. Breakpoint is a nice set. That Gyarados in there, man, that's beautiful. Yeah, makes sense. Will they be blue chips, even though some say modern cards have a manufactured scarcity, but it's still scarcity, right? Well, sports cards have manufactured scarcity, right? With the serialized, they're all, other than baseball, like football, basketball, hockey, they're all selling for all of their vintage counterparts now. So yeah, absolutely, they can stand the test of time. No problem at all. Arceus V, Stellaby, alt arts are such massive buys right now. Those two are also great. Popular Pokemon, great alt arts. Opossum Bud, like the guy, but almost always negative. Yeah, that's why I call him out for lately. I said that in one of my videos. Him, like Rattle's been really negative. Like, guys, just be positive. You don't always have to be attacking someone or calling something out. Like, talk about how great the hobby is, or talk about how little these scams or these thieves or these reseals actually happen. Talk about like, hey, yeah, this happened, but guess what? This is like a 0.0001% of the hobby. It's pretty much all safe. Everyone else is pretty good people. Like, be positive. Like, just spread love, man. Spread love, not hate. That's going to be it for today's live, everyone. Thanks so much for checking it out. I'll be back here in a new video soon. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe. If you're not in the Discord, make sure to click the invite in the description. Anyone's invited. It's open to anyone. It's in the description below. And if you want to support the channel further, I got some affiliate links in the description. If you're looking to buy off eBay, you can click the eBay link. Helps me out. Also, Brian from PokeNE, I do have his link. He's got a lot of good prices. He ships, fast. He ships well protected. He's got a lot of Japanese, Korean, a lot of cool, even English product. And if you use code NOMICS when you buy from PokeNE, you do get a free booster pack with every single order. So make sure to check out Brian at PokeNE. Those links are in the description as well. With that being said, guys, thanks for stopping by in the middle of the day on a Tuesday. I'll see everyone here soon. I'm out.